There we go. That looks a little bit better. Land Fork, how's it going? What to start? Okay, so this, at least from what I'm going to be doing from all my shows, I'm going to be doing single claim sales. I should probably update my notes. Okay. Now I just need to get some. Okay, I've upgraded the show notes. So what I am going to do is I'll probably have some of my higher singles put into the store soon enough. Then everything from $1 to $5 should be put into the piles just for because of the whatnot fees. It'll make it a little bit easier on me. So if anyone has any questions about any of the singles while I'm putting some into the shop, you can just ask away. I'll be putting in some products soon to the shop. I wish there wasn't so much lag between everything. OG Double Masters. Okay. I might try doing a silent stream instead while I get some of this figured out. Okay, so that's pinned. And then I will be double checking prices on cards and all that just because you never know with the card market. It's always going to be coming and going. Dang, I wish this iPad camera was a bit better. I could double check these higher cards much faster. But if anyone in here has any questions about singles that I have, you can just put it in chat and I'll make sure to double check everything, including price. Dang, I really hope that wind isn't. If you guys can't hear that, that would really suck. I don't want that in there, but it's really windy at where I'm living right now. It sucks ass. And something like the Boseiju that I'm gonna be adding in, I'm probably gonna put it at light play because there's that little ding up here. So see Kamigawa. And then I'll definitely have more stuff in the shop in my next stream. This is kind of just a test, and so I'm not actually too worried about getting any cards sold today. Now, I also need to work up on my setup. It's not super good, but A Kilo and Hot Hands, welcome in. Hope you two have been doing nice and well. I've had a having to sell some cards here because I'm on a break from Whatnot. So I'm just trying to get some of these singles kind of out of here. Wish I had sealed product to sell, but oh well. What can you do? Yeah, this cardboard is truly a drug. Honestly, I think police departments should look into this stuff because it is crazy how much you can buy so easily. Honestly, though, I think Whatnot makes it easier because it doesn't feel like you're actually buying stuff because it's all virtual. You don't actually get the weight of the cards until you get them in the mail. So feel like feel like that changes a lot. Yeah, but honestly, like a pretty good like decent little pile of my cards are like in the $1 to $2 range. But I got a like the Chrome Mox, Boseiju, Cabal Coffers, Cyclonic, Thrass's Oracle, and all that. So I don't know. Maybe it's cards that people actually really want, but you never know. I got a bunch of enlightened tutors. If anyone wants one of those, like apparently out of all my Dominaria packs, it's one of my most pulled cards. Yeah, because I got enlightened here. I got this enlightened, and then three more. Like out of every card that I could have pulled in, I keep getting the one tutor that I didn't actually really need for any of my decks. So they just been sitting in these little boxes for a couple months. Actually, I'm gonna there we go. Maybe that's a little bit easier to see. Ooh, shaky camera. I need to find a more stable surface to put my tripod on because this is not working out as well. But you know what? I'll figure it out soon enough. And it's like if anyone wants like a good old toxic deluge, it's never a bad card to have. I wish I kind of wish that I hadn't sold a lot because I sold a lot of my singles to card game stores, and so that was probably like $4,000 worth of singles. And since ooh, nail. But since all of these big stores need to make money on their stuff, they only give like 50% cash, which does kind of suck. But I just wanted to get money pretty quickly, and that was definitely the quickest way. Whatnot's going to be a lot slower, especially in the first weeks, but that's to be expected. So I won't be too disappointed. Yeah, like this is one of the cards that I love, like art wise, but it just won't ever go into one of my decks because I just don't. Yeah, and that was one thing that would have been nice if I could have gone to any of the conventions. I would need to look I would need to look at them into the future because that would be pretty nice. Because when I was before I got started on Whatnot, I created a whole spreadsheet for like um, buying the stand, had to buy all of the bubble mailers, and so it's like if you like on Amazon, you can get 100 for 25, and so that's like 25 cents per card, assuming it's like individual purchases, and that adds up, especially if you're like selling $1 singles, and so that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I will I will try to go to a convention, like especially if selling on Whatnot is just like way too slow, which it could be, you know. Like I'm not expecting to ever like pop off or anything because I'm probably not gonna like ever get sealed product on here. It'll probably just be for cards that I really don't want. I still also need to find a better place for the setup. I don't really like it that much, but yeah, I'll probably just do this until my phone dies, and it's at 48%, so it's probably gonna be like a little over an hour of streaming, even if I don't like get anything done, just because I want to kind of get used to actually streaming a little bit. Although the one nice thing was actually getting all the supplies in for streaming. It actually wasn't too bad. Like especially top loaders, since I'm always buying on here. Like I just had like a surplus. I got an entire little bag. This entire bag right here is just filled with nothing but top loaders, and all of it. Just top loaders on top loaders. And I didn't want to throw them away because I had no idea what I was going to do with them when I first like got them from you guys, from like Kilo and Hot Hands. Because I've gotten quite a bit from you guys. Kenny Kenny has basically supplied a lot of my top loaders, like with the Chrome Mox. I got it from one of his breaks, and so that was pretty fun. The only other thing I want to do with the setup is maybe because I got a tripod that like has a gooseneck, and so it bends, so I can pick this up and like put it down here, and then maybe I can have I can have the cards kind of like strewn out here in case anyone wants a specific thing. Yeah, yeah, hot hand. I've been in a lot of Kenny streams recently. Although this I think for like the next month, I don't really know if I'm going to be in any streams at all, unless I'm just like watching. Just because right now my funds are really low, and so yeah. But I'll probably next stream you come in, I'll probably hop in if I'm not at work or something. Because I've been looking for a new job and I've decided to apply for a plumber apprenticeship, and so that's either going to be like it's gonna be I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a hard enough job, but it's gonna be gross sometimes, which I'm not gonna like. But if I if I go through with plumber, if I go through with being a plumber, then I can be earning like I can earn six figures. But it's gonna take a while because I have to go through apprenticeship, then I have to take a test, and then I have to go to journeyman, and then after that, it's just like it takes like 6 years from what it sounds like, unless I like excel at being a plumber. One of the one of the job descriptions was very very weird. Whoever wrote it was having the time of his life because he was talking about how there'll be blood and there'll be violence in the plumbing, but it's like it was like drain replacement for like bigger buildings, so you would have to get like a jackhammer to get into the ground, and I'm like, mm, I'll hold off on applying to that one specifically because I don't know if I want to work with a jackhammer all the time, but Yeah, so I mean, it might be fun. I might enjoy it, but because I was originally going to college for air traffic control, but oh my god, that sucked ass. And then I kind of stopped going, stopped going to class, and my parents found out, and then they got all pissed off at me. Reasonable, like if they weren't pissed off at me, I would be a lot more concerned. But I don't know if there's a I need better lighting. This dingy little basement does not provide me what I really want, but I think it could be worse. Ooh, nice. Concrete removal. Honestly, what like get like gonna getting into getting into being a plumber is going to be a very interesting thing. So, like the only place I've worked at so far, or two places, have been like the food industry, and so that's probably going to be fun to learn all that. Luckily, a lot of the job applications were kind of like we're going to train you on the job. So I'll see if I have the aptitude for plumbing, but I'm not going to be too hopeful because if plumbing doesn't work out, I'm probably gonna get into business, which is and it's a pretty like it's like way different from any of the trades, but bro, I'm gonna be laying so much pipe as a plumber. I promise you, it's gonna be amazing. I wanna be the number one plumber, dude. I wanna be like Mario. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh no, it's either gonna be fun or it's gonna be so miserable. I'm kind of excited to see which one it is because you know at this point in my life there's like so much I can at least discover. And if this job doesn't work out, then it's back to college. So I just don't like sitting in a classroom all day. It kind of sucks. But I need to make money somehow, and I have a feeling card streaming is not gonna be like will never be like my number one thing. Although if I ever raise enough money, I would open my own LGS. So that would be kind of cool. But that's probably a really distant dream. But that's fine because I can always save up on my own time as long as I avoid having like kids for a while. I wanna make sure I have lots of money before I try something like that. Because I want to be able to get lots of product in at least as early as possible. Because my LGS that I usually go to has um like they opened about a year ago now, and like at the beginning they had pretty much almost no product except like a couple elite trainer boxes for Pokemon. But like a year later they have product, like they have so much more sealed, and they have plenty of singles and stuff. So it was really nice seeing them succeed. But like I'm sure it is really really expensive. Like I haven't even looked into actually like how much it would cost me yet. I feel like I'm a little too young to worry about that just yet. I don't think I think LGS would be something later in my life. Give me like maybe 20 years, but who knows? Maybe if I win the lottery. Oh yeah, kids. Oh my god. I don't know how you're supposed to afford kids in this day and age. You need to making a shit ton of money or have a partner who's making like you need double income. Two jobs. Yeah. Right now I just work the one job at Noodles and Company. I'm an official noodle cooker. And I mean, I also worked at Bed Bath Beyond for like 6 months, but then I tore my ACL during football in high school, and they wouldn't give me my like in like they wouldn't like provide me any injury compensation. for work, walking around and stuff. And so like I had to go into surgery to repair my ACL, and they were like, "No, sorry, we can't accommodate you for anything." And I was just like, "Okay, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with your shit." Because like there's no need to be like that. Like I'm just trying to have a job, and I was willing to work even post surgery, but nope, they kind of fucked that. And then they shut down because Bed Bath went bankrupt. So it was kind of a ha ha on them. I wonder. I'm trying to think of better places to set up my stream because the only reason I did the basement was because I got a lot of room because I got this table right here that's pretty decent, but I want to have be able to put more cards because I got enough screen to do this. I wish my tripod worked with my iPad, but the iPad camera is questionable. I don't know. Let's see how much more I can. You can kind of see it. I don't know if that. I feel like that's kind of bad because the Chrome Mox is in the way of it. But maybe if I. It is pretty weird though, because some of these cards that I have that are relatively more expensive, I just never see anyone playing with them. I'm guessing it's just because people are building stuff on a budget. So you got thought vessels and all that. Those are pretty cheap, nice little singles to buy. And then I was thinking of taking one of these because I have a couple. I was gonna put one of them into my mill deck because apparently I never put my Hedron crab into there. And then Splacer kittens. If anyone wants a underground mortuary, there's City of Brass, Slick Shot. I honestly don't know why Slick Shot's so much. Maybe it's just in a format that I don't play. Because Damning Verdict. Do you know what the price point? Do you happen to know what the price point is? 10 to 12. Um, I honestly don't think I have it, but I will when I'm not streaming and stuff. I will be looking at cards. So if anybody's ever looking for a card, just give me a price point because I have these little piles I got huge ass $1 singles, and so like it will make it easier, but there's a good chance I don't have it. I got very limited singles, but you know I'll always take a look because it's worth a shot. Honestly, there is too many cards to memorize. I wish there was a really easy way. It's I know you can create lists and stuff, but one of the really weird relative not super expensive, but um one of the weird lands that I'm surprised is expensive is this. Paying 3 life to get haste is, I mean, it's decent. It's not a horrible land by any means, but I just feel like it's not that great. I just feel like there's easier ways to get haste on a creature. But and it comes into play tap. So if you really want to, oops, if you really want to get a creature out fast, you should probably have ways to cheat it in. This though, this Bloom Barrel land, Like, I was thinking of putting this into my Eldrazi deck because of the, um, because you, like, create Eldrazi Scions for ramp, and this would be a really good way to draw cards, but it's like, I already have like, my Eldrazi precon's pretty upgraded, and so I don't really. Oh. Oh, yeah. That's actually pretty smart, you know? Honestly, when it comes to playing Magic, because I don't really play artifacts except for, like, mana rocks and stuff, and so, I usually just don't even think about that. Yeah, but, like, I mean, this I feel like 3 steps ahead. I mean, it's a powerful card because it gives you so many, like, different ways to do like, you can counter draw cards or create, a copy of a creature or artifact. I think that's creature or artifact. Yeah, like, that's a pretty decent card. Ooh, nice. I love it. I love it when, a deck goes off. Like, my Fenix God of Deception deck, so it's basically just pure mill. I won't ever hit anybody in a game, but, like, I had to rework that deck so many times because I had so many expensive creatures because they had, like, the big mana cost, big creatures, bigger toughness means more cards milled with Fenix. And so I was like, oh, if I just put a bunch of big creatures, but I didn't put enough card draw or ways to do ramp. And so my first couple of games with Fenix got whooped. Like, I could not draw enough cards for the life of me, which is ironic because I had blue, which is kind of the card drawing color. And so that was a little stupid, but then I fixed it and then I was able to win a couple of times. My favorite one is winning against the Sliver player who uses Cascade because they're already taking cards off the top of their library when they play a Sliver, and so like their card advantage is also my advantage as long as they're not like swinging at me full force. And so that's always pretty fun. I've enjoyed like making stuff, and then I'm also making a Valgavoth, like a Valgavoth Lord of Pain deck, like the precon version. But I didn't buy the precon. I've just been buying singles because it's going to be cheaper than buying the actual deck. Besides, like some of the expensive cards, like it's just a really budget Valgavoth. But there's a lot of good red and black cards that do damage on people's upkeeps and stuff, so that you can make Valgavoth bigger. And like most of them aren't that expensive. Like most people don't really care about doing like one damage during every player's upkeep. But yeah, like um I currently have a Niv Mizzet deck, but I got the like I don't know what to say. It's like a textured foil or something. And I'm trying to get the oh yeah, I also have a bunch of mystical tutors if anyone cares for those. Like during like when I bought Dominaria, I kept pulling. Oh shit! I just got raided. Oh welcome in, guys. Unfortunately, I don't really have any like raid giveaways to do, so that kind of sucks. But you know, maybe I'll have something like that set up in the future because I'm still trying to learn all about this from Germany. Dang, I wonder what the shipping cost of someone from Germany would be. Because like it's what hey hot hands what is the shipping on like the items that I put into the store? I'm kind of curious because dang, that is expensive shipping. I mean, I guess it makes sense since it goes to Germany, but oh my god, you would have to buy a lot of cards to make that shipping worth it, honestly. And then I don't know. I guess for now, if anyone has any singles, that they're looking for, I might have them, and I'm willing to take like a couple bucks off if you really want that. Yeah, so all the cards on the mat are probably my most like relatively most expensive ones. Like Boseju's like the $27 card, although I'm pretty sure I put that in the store, so that one's at least easy to find. Alright, we got like I keep forgetting my stupid iPad doesn't give me a good screen, but like you got a City of Brass and a Future Sight. I mean that's a pretty cool card. I like the look of it. Nothing nothing too fancy, but you know. I mean if anyone wants to buy a Chrome Mox, because I know that's an expensive ass card. I have no idea how long it would take me to sell that thing, but there's always a chance somebody really wants it. But because like that, you would have to be like a CDH player to want one of these cards. But you know, if there's like if there's any of these like $1 singles that people are. Oh yeah, if anybody wants me to look through the singles on here. Oh come on. Say, I don't know. I'll definitely have to figure out like camera setup and stuff. It's clearly not that good. It's kind of like above. So I need to find a way to make it like maybe if I like see if it's easier to focus cards this way. There's a little bit of a glare, but I think as long as the card's readable, that's what matters. So how are you supposed to know if it's a card you want if you can't read it? Yeah, like these like the Surveil lands. I'm honestly surprised on how much they went up from what they originally were. 'Cause I mean they're good. Like I like Surveil, but I don't know. It feels pretty pricey. Like good old slick shot. Like this guy has retained his price point pretty well. That's actually I think that's pretty impressive because whatnot's always or not whatnot. Magic the Gathering cards prices fluctuate way too much for me to accurately keep up with. Got like a good old shiny Jin Cataxis. If anyone needs like a offer you can't refuse, honestly, I slept on this card so much when I first pulled it because like I mean one mana to counter a non-creature spell is pretty crazy. It's definitely better than I used to give it credit for. Or even like consigned to memory. This is a really solid card. I just wish you can put more of these into Commander. Like I feel like they would be a lot better that way. And you got like Brotherhood Regalia. I haven't really used it in anything. Like it's good. Making making something unblockable is never a bad thing to have. Honestly, Like this card right here is pretty nice. I run it in my um one of my decks, but yeah, it's like there's definitely like Brotherhood Regalia is definitely a solid card to have, but it's like most of my commanders that I make don't necessarily really want to connect. Like they're either like they turn to mana dorks like Sylvala. Fenix, God of the Deception, doesn't want to attack because he wants to tap once he becomes a creature. And so it's like for most decks, especially like Voltron, it's a solid equipment to have. I just don't really have a reason to keep it. Of course, it'd be helpful to sell it, but honestly, I'm in not like too big of a rush to get through these. Because if there's one thing I know, it takes a while to get through cards. Honestly, though, like a card like this, come on, yeah, Mother of Runes, giving a target creature protection from the color of your choice honestly honestly kind of crazy. Because I mean, protection is really powerful. Like unless someone has like a specific board, like a board wipe or something on the field, it makes it so much harder. And you can just tap her as a response if someone wants to target one of your creatures, and you can even target her. As far as I can tell, it just says target creature you control, and you control Mother of Runes, so I would assume that she does get affected. Or it's like these. I mean, this is an interesting card. Giving somebody else a tutor is a very interesting downside to a card, because I feel like it's a pretty big downside, but I kinda wish it was, like, a random opponent, because then you could potentially get it back. Because I don't see why the person who gets it from you will give it back to you unless you have a really good alliance with them. This is a pretty interesting card to me. Like, I've never seen anyone actually use it, because it just makes the legend rule not apply to everybody, which is a pretty interesting concept to me, because like, at least for my LGS, it's relatively new. Like, a lot of the people always forget that you can't. I mean, you can copy legendary creatures; they just poof. But it's like if the legend rule doesn't apply, those people would be so much happier. And then if anyone needs like a enlightened tutor, ooh, no, God, this is a horrible setup. I need to work on this, but you know what? That'll come with time. Like I got the foil, that alt art foil again. Like um, the Dominaria remastered packs treated me pretty well. Mirror box. I honestly don't think I've ever seen anyone play Mirror box either. I feel like it's just a really weird card in general to have, but I mean anything that gets rid of Legend Rule, I would say it's a decent card. I feel like there's definitely better things, but if you're able to copy your legendary creatures, it's never a